questionnaires are very important because they really are an important signal of how we're doing in our teaching and learning mission at Western. They're important for instructors because they give that feedback. They help instructors get a sense of what's working and what's not. And they're important for students because students can now say very directly, this is what helps me in my learning experience.
I'm Mike Atkinson. I'm a professor in the Department of Psychology. I'm also a teaching fellow at the Teaching Support Center. My specialty is large classes, and my class currently is 800 students. Maybe they're not too enthusiastic about the process, maybe they're even cynical. First thing I want to know is why are you cynical? Do you think that these are not a valid measure of, say, student learning? Do you think that this is not a valid representation of what you do in class? And then I would discuss the research with them that shows that, in fact, these are valid measures of those things.
My name is Felix Lee. I teach chemistry at Western. I've been here for just over 12 years now. I was skeptical at first. At first, I thought that maybe 10 to 15% of students would answer the questionnaires, but it turned out that 65% of the students answered them. And what was best was that because students were typing the answers out as opposed to writing them out in pen or pencil, the average length of each answer was much, much longer.
I've used the feedback from the questionnaires in many ways over my 35 years of teaching, 26 of them at the university level. It has informed me in terms of how I deliver the content, whether I engage the students in ways that I thought I did. It also has informed me how clear my explanations are, how organized I think I am as opposed to the perceptions of the students. So that also points to the differentiation of students' learning and ability to take in information and make sense of it. So it's made me even more aware of how different each student is in their learning and how they actually acquire and understand the information.
The best feedback I've received probably has to do with how quickly I present the material. It's helped me slow down, it's helped me realize that there are many different learning styles out there, and that in class we do have to target many different learning styles.
My name is Nicole Campbell, and I'm an assistant professor in the Department of Physiology and Pharmacology, and I teach the upper year interdisciplinary medical science students. So one thing I would tell my students about the questionnaires that they maybe wouldn't realize is that myself, having received feedback for so many years, I would want them to know that I actually still get nervous to read that feedback. And the reason I'd want them to know that is because that means it means something to me. So you would think that maybe as you progress in your career, you would be less nervous, but it's kind of the opposite. And I think the reason for that is that we are invested and we care and we want to make sure that we're doing our job well.
Many students think that the results of these questionnaires are going into a black box, that they're never used again, and that it's just a time-consuming process. We, on the other hand, use these results to assess teaching performance. We assess how students are finding a course. Do they find a course appropriate? Do they find a course interesting? Do they find a course totally useless for the program? So we take these data seriously.